Hi, I remember on one occasion working in the jungle in Guatemala that it had been raining for several days. That afternoon, almost night, I was riding my motorcycle and all of a sudden I got stuck on the mud. I did all I could in order to get it off the mud, but nothing worked. So the vehicles didn't pass during the night because it was a dangerous place. So I started to get scared and I almost crying prayed to God asking for help. So when I finished praying, a man appeared riding a bicycle and he offered me to help. So I said yes, and I accelerated the motorcycle and he was pushing from the back and we got it off the mud. When I turned back in order to say thank you, he was gone. So that night, I couldn't sleep thinking of what just happened a few hours earlier. Thinking that if the motorcycle having the power he had wasn't capable to get off the mud, how come he was riding a bicycle in that type of soil without getting stuck? Impossible. So the story tells us that Gideon brought an animal bread as an offering and he put it on a rock. And then the angel with the end of the staff touched the offering and fire came out of the rock and consumed the offering. It was at that moment when Gideon realized that all this time he has been talking with God. So the first thing that came to his mind was that he was a sinner. So he thought that he was going to die because he had seen God face to face. It is when we are in communion, closer with God, when we perceive that we're sinners and we need a Savior. But on the contrary, it is when we are further from God that we don't think, that we don't perceive that we're sinners and we don't feel the need of a Savior. I don't know who appeared to me that afternoon, but I know who sent him. To Gideon, it was God who appeared to call him out to be the next judge of Israel. I know that you may have your own story, your own experience with God. It might not be about motorcycles or bicycles. It might not be about animals, breads, and fire. But it's your story. And today is the day to allow Him to keep touching your heart.